Alrighty, all you sexy ladies and gentlemen watching this video, we are back for another part. It's one of your guys' favorite series on the channel. This is where we go through every character in block and rank how each of these guys were performing a random street fight. The last video we did was over a year ago, and after reading all the new chapters and your guys' feedback, there was a lot of stuff that needs to be updated or fixed. But make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the work we put out here. Join the Discord in the description below, and without wasting any more time, let's hop into it. Alright guys, so for this video, firstly we have to go through all the characters in past videos and update them. In the last video, I said that Charles and Ness were both 0% since they're tiny little femboys. Now, a lot of people were mad saying that Ness should be higher since he was kind of just willing to fight Kunigami in the first match of the NEL arc. I'm sorry, but this is not a feat. Just because he'll blindly go to war for his glorious king, that does not mean he should get any credit for this. If it meant defending his king, Ness wouldn't hesitate to throw hands with Prime Tyson. Although Ness will be receiving an increase from 0% to 10% because at the end of the NEL arc, his balls finally dropped a bit and stood up to Kaiser. So out of respect, he gains 10%. Next up, our French baguette himself, Charles. In the last video, I gave him a 0%, but that was just beyond wrong. Towards the end of the PXJ game, we see Charles have one of the best defensive feats in the entire story, fucking tanking a Kaiser impact to the face. Do y'all even understand how absurd this is? Kaiser, years before, being malnourished, weaker, and younger, was able to knock out 7 police officers in a row with only a soccer ball, and now a much older and stronger Kaiser impact smashed directly into his face, and he legit tanks it without taking any damage. A stronger impact that knocked out grown men wasn't even able to damage this guy. Yeah, the French baguette is moving up from a 0% chance to a 100% chance. Fighting him is just gonna feel like Thorfinn. No matter how many swings you take, he'll just tank them all. In the last video, we give Chigiri a 5%, and I still think this holds. Sure, he's fast and all, but like I said before, if anything even grazes his legs, they will legit shatter on the spot and he will disintegrate to the floor, dying. Next up, we have my goat Raichi. Now in the last video, we were severely underranking this fighting prodigy. We gave him a 70% before, but we are now upgrading him to a 100%. Looking back, one detail I missed was that in the Team Z versus Team V game, Reo legit gets pissed and fucking elbows him in the throat. Somehow, Goat Raichi legit just tanks it without even budging. How many of you guys watching this think you could tank an elbow straight to the throat and keep moving like nothing happened? In the 14-day period also before the U20 World Cup arc, we literally see him practicing wrestling. So on top of his ridiculous strength and stamina, he can take down almost anyone. And then there's another crazy feat you could add to the equation. Raichi has crazy shark teeth, so if he can get them down in submission from his wrestling practice, he can literally pull an invincible and just take a chunk out of them. There's just no way the average man on the street is doing anything against my shark muscle demon. Batra in the last video is at 80%, and honestly, I don't see any real reason to change it. He's been shown to be combative, but he's still kind of just a small dude, and I can see him getting overpowered fairly easily. Next up is Kunigami. This is the first and only video where I will not be calling him a bum, because when it comes to this specific topic, he is anything but that. In the last video, I gave him 100%, and yeah, once again, he's staying at 100%. He has the physique of a Greek god. He can squat like 585 fucking pounds at like 17 years old. Ego is for sure doing some unethical tests with steroids in the wildcard round, because there is just no feasible way a 17-year-old is that yoked. In the U20 training arc, Kunigami gets another power-up. Other characters were given tasks to improve their soccer IQ, or focus, or goalie practice. What was Kunigami's practice, you may ask? Rensuke Kunigami. The answer lies in battle. Become the ultimate physical combat warrior. What the fuck? Guys, why does everyone get normal training, but Kunigami is tasked with literally becoming just a better fighter? Imagine brothers' fighting skills become so good that someone tries to fight him just for them to hear violins, and Kunigami starts dodging every punch until smashing you with the world's hardest one-shot counter. Yeah, with his strength to this level, plus actual fighting experience, the average goon on the street is literally getting ripped in half by Kunigami. Next up, we have our glorious Aura Monarch, Isagi. In the last video, we gave our boy a solid 100%, but honestly, I think that's an extreme lowball. First of all, Isagi has metavision, which basically means no matter what attack they throw, he'll see right through it and dodge and or counter. Secondly, he's literally the Maharaga of blocks, so if you don't end it in one shot, he will adapt infinitely until you've been slapped. And then third and finally, the main reason is the fact that Isagi is Isagi-versal. Goku's best feats may be complex multiversal, but has Goku ever hit a 2-gun volley before? Didn't think so. Isagi just outscales every character in fiction by feats alone. Oh, what's this? Your favorite character is Boundless? Well, guess what? They aren't Isagi-versal, and as we all know, Isagi-versal is the strongest upper echelon of strength and power scaling. So yes, with all of this evidence, Isagi's percent chance of winning any random street duel is literally infinite. Then coming down from such power, we have Nico. In the last video, we had Nico a 5% chance since he's this small, frail 3-2 monkey. But as the U20 training arc, Nico has finally decided to touch a dumbbell. So because of this, we will be upgrading Nico from a 5% chance to a 15% chance. But after Nico, we have the king himself, Shohei Barou. In the last video, we had Barou at 95%, but now he will be upgraded to a 100%. Barou is a massive, highly aggressive monkey who can probably already just strength diff anyone who tries to fight him. But in the last video, I just felt Barou was missing just that one final piece to give him 100%. But once again, in the U20 training arc, a player has reached their full fighting potential. Ego's note said to him, if you want to be king again, go there. Turns out the place Barou was going to train at was an American football camp. Oh, hell nah, bro. Barou's about to be a straight demon on the field now. Anytime Isagi or someone who doesn't want to have the ball, he's going to be moving like this to get it. Yeah, wrap it up to any street thug, bro. Imagine trying to fight Barou and you just see 200 plus pounds of pure muscle, testosterone, and rage coming at you like a freight train. Yeah, you're cooked. GG's, bro. Next up, we have Reo Mikage, which in the last video, I gave a 90%. Once again, we are severely downplaying these fighting hyper prodigies. Reo's new perfect copy he's about to master in this training arc will make him one of the newest, strongest contenders in our entire list. Almost every feat on this list, he can now use his Sharingan to copy and have every skill set imaginable. On top of that, he's super rich, so Bro can probably click a button and have Iron Man suits come flying from the sky attached into his body whenever he needs. On top of also copying us to the block boys, he can legit copy anyone else he sees. One minute you think you're squaring up to a fruity little Japanese boy, the next you're squaring up to a prime 1988 Mike Tyson. What do you do then? Nothing. Yeah, we are giving Reo a 100% chance, so no one is beating this brother in a fight. Speaking of Reo, next up we have his boyfriend, or I guess his ex, Nagi Seishiro. In the last video, I gave Nagi an 80%. But honestly, I think he will also be getting upgraded to 100%. This guy is a hyper prodigy with freak genetics. Before soccer, all he would do is lay around all day and play video games. Somehow, bro is still absolutely shredded in 6'3". What kind of freak genetics does this brother have? He also has insane flexibility and almost complete control over his entire body, allowing him to do some crazy acrobatics. Like, what does one genuinely do when this thing comes flying at you in the air for a jumping kick? Like nothing. You're cooked. Nagi also in chapter 306 smashed a metal door with his hand and probably would have knocked the entire door down if not for this fat tub of shit interrupting him. Bro's knuckles are bleeding and he doesn't even flinch. We got Tommy Tough Knuckles over here. So yes, with all this, I don't understand how you could even argue Nagi isn't 100%. Next up, we have the blind bandit monkey Ukemiya. In the last video, we gave him 0% because if he gets slightly tired or hit, his vision will be like flashbanged and he'll go blind. But once again, like other characters, the U20 training arc is giving our boy a massive power up. He's training with some kind of sword, but this isn't just any sword training. Yuki's gonna come back in the field to hit that. Genuinely, what is the average street thug supposed to do against this? Nothing. So yeah, with that said, yes, Ukemiya will be increasing from a 0% chance to a 100% chance. Next up, we have the destroyer god himself, Itoshi Rin. In the last video, he was at 100%, and once again, he will be staying at the 100% ranking. He's been shown to react and jump over speeding cars coming his way, can use his destroyer mode as kind of like a Super Saiyan boost, and has gone toe-to-toe with Shido, who is stated to be the best fighter in the block facility. He also has some pretty solid defensive feats. In the U20 match, he tanked a full flow Shido's max power kick to the face, and literally brushed it off like nothing happened. Then in his U20 training, he was sent to a dojo to look deep within himself to find his ego. This new level of mental focus and control may allow him to enter his destroyer mode at will, and or give him a new level of power. So yes, like before, he will be staying at the 100% range of strength. Now another character that will also be staying at 100% from the last video is Ryusu Shido. As previously mentioned, Shido is stated to be the best fighter in the block facility. Now this statement was understandably misinterpreted by the fandom into confusing him as the strongest. He was stated to be the best fighter, not the strongest. There's a difference. A 10-year-old kid that's done martial arts his whole life is undoubtedly a better fighter than me, but I'd still whoop his fucking ass. Skill and strength are not the same thing. Even with this, he's still a force to be reckoned with. He's truly a massive dude with insane amounts of strength. He was shown to be able to fucking grip and lift Igaguri up with only one hand. Like, what the fuck? Igaguri is a 5'8" male, and the average weight of someone 5'8" as a man is around 160 pounds. So this fucking monster is one hand lifting 160 pounds off the ground like a lateral raise. Do you even understand how absurd this feat is? This is legit a weight people like Larry Wheels couldn't even dream of doing. So Shido may actually be the strongest human being in this entire verse. This is actually a pretty consistent feat, as in the PXG game, Igaguri grabs onto Shido, who fucking drags him with enough force to have him fly through the sky hanging out. So he's a fighting demon with the strength to back it. He also has nearly full control of his body and is able to have some pretty remarkable movements, allowing him to have a lot of options in a fight. And then finally, like other characters on this list, in the U20 training arc, he was shown to learn his ultimate move, the nuclear dragon header. What is the goon on the street gonna do when Shido jumps out from space like Gamma 2 and fucking Giga nukes him? Yeah, this brother isn't doing anything. Shido passes easily with another 100%. Next up, we have the glam goat himself, Aru. Last video I had him at 70% for being a relatively strong and tall defender, but in the U20 training arc, we once again see Aru doing some kind of martial arts. So with whatever this training is, I think he gets bumped up by at least another 10% to a solid 80%. Now finally, next up, we have my favorite femboy demon, who's for sure better than Bachira. We have my goat Hiori. Now, in the last video, I got so many things wrong. First off, I gave him a 5% chance for being a small femboy. Turns out I'd failed to realize Hiori is a 6-foot Blasian with insane athletic DNA. He grew up with a perfect exercise and nutrition plan, min-maxed from day one from his crazy-ass parents. His mother was a nationally ranked high jumper, and his father was a national silver medalist in judo. So on top of being a 6-foot athletic freak, he's probably extremely versed in judo and fighting. So yes, I'm very sorry to all my fellow Hiori Glazers at the mistakes I made in the last video. But because of all this new information that's come to light, he's been upgraded from 5% to 100% as well. Next up is Aiku. In the last video, we gave him an 80%. He's a fairly built guy with pretty good strength feats, like suppressing an off-guard Shido. I saw a lot of people in other videos saying Shido wasn't off-guard since he was ready to attack, but it's like, are you guys stupid? He was trying to attack Sendo. He wasn't ready for someone to come from behind and grab him. Like, are we stupid or brain dead? But in the U20 training arc, he was shown to be reading books.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Ew! As we all know, books are for nerds! A real Giga Chads and alpha males can barely read, so with this, we will be sadly demoting him from an 80% to a 50%. But with that, we have finally reached Michael Kaiser. In the last video, so many of y'all were crying because I gave him a 95% instead of 100%. Your reasoning was because he took out 7 police officers with a soccer ball in a state of pure rage, he should 100% win any fight. My rebuttal to this claim is yes, he did do this, but he did this because very hyper-specific conditions all lined up causing him to release all his utmost rage at once. Claiming Kaiser can activate this level of strength whenever he wants is just unreasonable. But even with this debacle, I will still be giving him a 100%, mainly because of the police feat, but adding on a few extra feats. First of all, his entire childhood he was getting beat, so his defensive stats must be off the chart. His dad smashed a glass bottle on his head and he shook it off like it was nothing. And then on top of it, overpowered a destroyer range charge. So yes, I will be giving Kaiser a newly fresh 100%. Next up, we have arguably the strongest entity on this list. Now, as Shido might be the strongest human on this list, Goat Maru is no mere mortal. Obviously, he stays at the 100% mark as he fucking 1v1 and kills bears in the mountains by himself. This bear looks like a grizzly, and anyone who can kill a grizzly, wear its skin, and scare the shit out of the other one is a true monster. Grizzly bears can weigh over 1,000 pounds and can be over 10 feet tall standing up. Plus, their hide is so thick, humans genuinely can't even damage them without an actual weapon. If you were to shoot a grizzly bear with a pistol, it would most likely just annoy it and not even do anything to it. There have been videos showing if a grizzly fucking tanking a shotgun blast to the face and not even being phased. Somehow, even with all that, our goat Gagamaru beats one's ass so badly where he came out unscathed, wore its skin as a victory costume, and had the other bear fearing for his life. Genuinely, what is the average street thug supposed to do against a man who can no-diff this 1,000-pound death machine? Gagamaru unironically solos everyone in this verse no-diff. And then finally, the last player that was mentioned in the previous video, we have Lorenzo. Now, if you saw my last video, you would know Lorenzo is kind of a fraud in my eyes. In the last video, I had him at 80%, but after dealing with all you Lorenzo fanboys, I will be moving him from an 80% to a 0%. What is this anorexic noodle gonna do in any street fight? Bum on and off the field. He's getting snapped like a piece of raw pasta any day of the week. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the new characters that previously weren't mentioned in other videos. These are all new characters. First off, starting up strong, we have the secret goat of block. Sendo. Now, if you asked me before the U20 training arc, I would have probably said something like 30-40%, but oh boy. Once again, the U20 training arc comes in clutch to make a character significantly stronger, and Sendo is now at 100% as well. Ego had Sendo sent to fucking Iraq to fight in a war. Huh? Bro legit has some kind of rifle and is fighting for his life. What is a street thug gonna do against a war veteran? Anyone tries to fuck with Sendo, he'll just whip out the AK and hit a perfect strike control on them. Speaking of whip out, wait, not like that. I will be whipping out my new collab with Anime Express. Anime Express is an awesome store for us fellow anime fans to get all of our essentials. Just look at this sexy Isagi jersey. You buy this, you are guaranteed to get infinite bitches on your dick. And if you're a woman watching this, you're guaranteed a sexy 6'5" muscular man. But clothes aren't all they have. They also have stickers, plushies, phone cases, fake swords, and much more. You can even buy pillows to sleep next to all of your glorious kings. But if you're someone who likes a little more low-key clothing options, they have that as well. So what are you waiting for? Buy some new sexy merch today, and make sure when checking out to use code SAVAGE10 to get 10% off any purchase. You save money and your boy gets some bread to ensure I'm not homeless. It's a win-win. And once again, thanks to Anime Express for this collab. But with that, back to the fight. Next up is the ambidextrous bum Nanase. Nanase is a straight bum that should have never made top 23, but sadly he did. Nanase has not shown a single feat that would ever make me believe he could win any singular fight. He's recently gained the ability to use both sides of his body equally well, but I fear all that'll allow him to do is get his ass beat on the left and right equally. Yeah, this guy's got no straight 0%. Next up, we have Dada Silva. He's an absolute unit who tanked a Season 1 Barou's full power charge without even budging. He's truthfully kind of a scary specimen because just look at how thick this brother is. Punches probably feel like bug bites to him. He also has buck teeth and acts kind of brain dead, so he might have that extra Riri strength, if you know what I mean. So he'll be another 100%er on our list. Then we have the speed prodigy himself, Loki. Now, as much as I do not like this bum, and he will be a future Isagi victim, I cannot deny his fighting ability is probably extremely high. The exact same way he's a speed merchant in Block, he's also just another speed merchant in a street fight. How are you supposed to win in a fight against someone you physically cannot hit? It'll be like fighting UI Goku. He's just so unbelievably fast that any punch you try to throw at him will just easily evade. Let's say they pull out a gun and try to shoot him, you might as well just mail him the bullet as well, just easily evade it as well. So I mean, it's kind of hard to argue against Loki not being a 100%. Now next up we have another speedster, the genius of Block, Zantetsu. Zantetsu, at least according to you guys, scales above Wally West. Wally West is undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in literally all of fiction. Some of his feats include outrunning the Speed Force itself, which is the thing that basically governs speed itself. So he outran speed, why not? He can perceive information in under an attosecond, which is 1/quintillionth of a second, and he outran death itself. All of these feats just to be negative diffed by our GOAT Zenitsu. Wait. Zentetsu. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. I'll leave that in the video because it's funny. Yeah, enough said. Zantetsu is another clear 100%er on our list. Next up is the perfect hero, Chris Prince. Now, honestly, there isn't really too much to even break down here. This guy grinds at the gym every single day and has one of the most glorious, genuinely sensational physiques I've ever seen. Bro is legit glistening in the sunlight. He has a 100 jump, 100 speed, and finally a 100 power. Bro can for sure bench 405. Yeah, I think this is another clear 100%. What random street thug can compete with such a godlike man? Next up, we have another one of my glorious kings, Itoshi Sai. Now, honestly, as I'm writing the script, there aren't really many feats I can even think of giving him, as we've barely even seen him in this story so far. The only thing I can think is that at the end of the U20 game, he wasn't even sweating, basically alluding to the fact that even this much exercise didn't even tire him a bit. But honestly, I don't know how else to scale Sai. So just to be safe, I'll give him a smooth 100% since he's my GOAT and I'll always bet on him to do anything great. Next up, we have the new villain, Bunny Iglesias. This guy, first of all, is huge. When he stood up, he looked like he was slouching, and yet he was still towering over Isagi. He's been shown to be able to jump nearly as high as these players are tall, hit the ball into the goal. With leg strength like that, I imagine a calf kick to anyone's leg would legit shatter it almost instantly. Wait a second. Guys, do not let this guy near Chigiri. I can already see it now. The other thing is, if he can jump like 6 feet in the air, he could hit some crazy flying one tap. Or I don't know, he could also like jump in the air and pull the Robin double knee turbo slam to eliminate his prey. So with all this new data, I will be giving Bunny another solid 100%er. Next up is Snuffy's old teammate and friend, Mick Moon. He will be receiving a 0% chance to win in a street fight for obvious reasons. Then finally, we have the secret strongest character in the verse, a being who vastly outscales monsters like Isagi, Zantetsu, and Gagamaru, a creature who stays hidden away in the dark for fear their power is too much for mere mortals to handle. Ladies and gentlemen, enter the true Demon King.
It's okay.
But yes, with that, folks, we have reached the end of the video. This is almost definitely the last time I'm going to make this video. This is the third time I've made it. I just thought it'd be funny to do it one more time. And make sure to check Anime Express for some sick merch. And once again, make sure to use my code SAVAGE10 for a discount on your new drip. But yes, with that said, like and sub so I can pay rent. And yeah, with all that out of the way, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.